Check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Going live, going live. Okay, we'll just give it a few here. Hi, I'm Glenn at COAF Field Team on YouTube, and this evening we're just going to give you some fishing updates from the past few weeks, days, on what's been happening. Most recently, we hit Town Lake Park yesterday, or Town Lake over there, McKinney, and caught some trout and got a limit. But well, let's just kind of roll things back and just get everyone up to speed on how things are going here at COAF Field Team, City Badland Fishing Field Team. I'm your host, Glenn, and let's go ahead and just kick off the first one. This is just rolling back to Waterloo Park.
Actually stopped at the local racetrack for a little coffee and a little breakfast of champions. Got the donut glaze sticks.
Kayaks out, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Looks like they got the fountain in further this way, and I wonder if that little...
So some of the things that I just want to touch base on. Waterloo, it's a small pond over there in Denison, Texas, and what kind of threw me this round was when they stocked it. I hadn't been there since last year, and guess what? Things kind of changed with the water fountain moving over a little bit on us. Other than that, the trout were still there,
as well as over here in the middle.
So I'm just gonna kick things off.
All right, I'll let this one go back.
And in this case, what I was trying for was
there's another hit.
Trying to see if I could.
Sorry. I hooked you. I didn't see you. Sorry.
Yeah, what I was trying to do was just see if I could just catch anything, be it with a, I think it was the olive near deer. I just wanted to use one fly and just see what happens. All right, just having a little refreshment while we're doing our fishing updates.
All right, a slight delay. Gotta watch behind me, the people coming up. All right, I think I should have brought my gloves.
Yeah, it was definitely cold, and the main takeaway with Waterloo was, yes, you could limit out, and oh man, awesome. All right, I got some background noise over there, but anyways, yeah, the thing about Waterloo is they'll stock it again, I think one more time, if not two more times, for the end of the season, and then other than that, we can kind of switch over and start fishing some other places. Speaking of other places, we did hit Rockwall. I think I got a video on that also, but that was Waterloo. Let me switch us back and get us to the next video. Go with a foam grasshopper like we normally do, a variant that I like tying. Okay, what I was trying to kind of demo here was things are just going to start warming up on us, and what will happen then is the bass, or correction, the bluegill will start nesting on their beds. And in years past, I've gone fishing with a foam grasshopper where I shape it with some 2mm closed cell foam, be it green, yellow, and white and whatnot. But this time I was just trying to see if I could just make a simple rectangle and just go ahead and tie it on the hook and see what happened. And guess what? It's possible. Then I said, well, let's just, instead of shaping it like the grasshopper pattern that we've been doing, all I do is just basically take a rectangle of some 2mm foam, closed cell foam, a hook and some thread and some super glue, put it on there, and well, gave it a shot and was able to catch a few fish.
All right, I think I see some beds here, so maybe we might get one to hit. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, he swiped it. I think it's a bluegill. Got him. Yep, bluegill. All right, cool. It's good to know that just have to have general shape. Actually more of a rectangular. And it worked. Right there.
lost audio on that last one, so let me talk about that real quickly. I was talking about the rectangle fly here in the March-April time frame. Be looking for the bluegill on beds and try that closed cell foam. Simple rectangle fly. Don't have to make anything fancy with it. So let's go and shift over to, again, some more upcoming warm weather fun. What this one is yours truly out on Lake Texoma kayak fishing, and I'm trolling a bucktail jig behind me, and I'm working a cove over there by Lighthouse Marina, and what's happened is I'm catching a fairly good size one. This one came out to be about, I think, 26 inches, so that was a good one. So keep that in your back pocket when it comes to the upcoming warm weather season. Okay, and this was again that rectangle fly. Let's go ahead and skip on that one.
Morning, it's Sunday, and yours
That's
truly
Waterloo. Let's go shift over.
Okay, here's a good example of where I'm watching the line near my rod tip for that strike. I do this when I can't see the end of my fly line and I'm fishing without an indicator.
Okay, and this was a tip that I was giving concerning how I was fishing a particular fly.
It took nicely.
Okay, I'll slow it down. Watch the arrow and the line. Line's going to move in that direction, the arrow. There's the strike. Did you catch that?
Another little guy.
Okay, and the main takeaway from there is when you're not fishing an indicator, you can use your line as an indicator and look for that indication of a strike. The line will move forward or hesitate, set the hook, and see what happens. Okay, let's go shift to the next one.
We got the line that we used the other day. We're going to guess it's about...
Okay, this next one is... See, yours truly was trying to show that when you're starting out fly fishing, you just don't need to spend a lot of money. Instead, focus on getting some quality fly line. And what I was showing in this video is just taking a cheap rod, some quality fly line that I picked over there at Cabela's weight forward fly line, and just showing that you can catch a trout with it, no problem. And let's go run that video.
About 8, well, we'll guess here in a moment how long it is. 7, about 8 yards or so. All right, that's enough to go fishing. We've got our rig here, tandem rig. We got a tapered leader. We're just using a rod with no reel. We got the rubber band here, and we're just gonna attach it to the butt section for now so we don't lose it. Let's see if we can catch a fish with that tandem ring that we were using earlier. But before we go there, just want to show that you can actually cast out this, in this case, 8 yards of line with no issue. All we're going to do is just show that you can cast it. There we go. We'll just watch our back cast, straighten out, shoot it out forward. There it is. All right. No reel. Let's see if we can catch something. All right, well, caught one with the rod, line, no reel.
Okay, again, oops, sorry, Charlie's a little antsy this morning here. Charlie, go say hi to everybody. Come on. There he is. That's Charlie, and he's gotta make his authority, or he's got to assert his authority while he's around. So, anyhow, that's the that's where I'm fishing a fly, a rod, no reel. I've got some quality line. I got a cheap, I think it was like $9.99 back then when I bought that rod. Weight forward, 5-weight line, and I had no problems catching a trout with it. I was just using 8 yards of line plus the leader, and hey, I was able to cast with it. So again, if you want to get started fly fishing, you don't have to spend a lot. I think I did one demo where I'm using a Martin fly rod that you can get with the whole kit, fly line, leader, along with some flies, for I think it was like $30 or something on Amazon, and I showed what I was able to do with that one. So that was a fun one to do. All right, let me see what we got.
Okay, he's trying a new place, Harry Myers Park in Rockwall, Texas. It's made up of 2 ponds. One is a upper pond, fairly good.
Okay, and this is the Harry Myers. This is the one that we went to, I think, 2 weeks ago over there in Rockwall, Texas. Hadn't fished that one before, and learned that it was a small pond, very small pond.
Size pond here. Clear, no water activity though, or at least no water fountain. Do see some folks catching a trout or two. And then I switch over to the lower pond. This one does have a fountain. There are some folks catching trout as well. Initially, I do see some trout activity on the surface. So in a short order, I put on an olive near deer under a...
And that's the olive near deer, but it's really beat up. But it'll start straightening up once it gets a little water on it, and you'll see the marabou feathers kind of straighten out and whatnot. But that was the go-to rig. Actually, it's been the go-to rig that I used previously in that earlier video at Waterloo Park in Denison, Texas.
Strike indicator, that cork strike indicator, about 3 foot under the indicator. There's the cork strike indicator. It's made out of cork and got a rubber gasket to keep it from slipping. All right, they want movement. And here I'm just catching one here shortly on that olive near deer with a sort of a pause or twitchy retrieve. Let's see if we can get another one. Just going to cast it out there, right over here where the water transitions from where it's all kind of moving from the fountain to where it's kind of calm. And that's where the trout are kind of lurking. They're also kind of into the trout, or at least the fountain area as well. And I'll give it another cast here. And sort of the twitchy move is what I'm saying. So I'll cast it out. I'll let it sit, sort of like a dead drift. Then I'll give it a little twitch. Watch for the strike. Do it again, and I'll miss that one. And we'll just keep that up here, and hopefully we'll get one here shortly. So there's the twitch. Watch for the strike. At least the indicator going under, and shortly you may see that indicator move. There's another twitch. Oh, there we go. Got one on the line.
Okay, and that's the twitch and stop retrieve. So what happened is it seems like I'd cast it out, and I'd kind of do a dead drift, and then I would just kind of twitch it a little bit. And just that little twitch would elicit that strike soon after. And I noticed that worked at Harry Mars, worked at Waterloo as well when I was kind of varying retrieves and whatnot. But you just got to play it by ear each time. Sometimes they just want that dead drift, especially when you got a lot of wind and wave action. That'll give enough action a lot of times when you're using a strike indicator and a fishing fly rig and whatnot. All right, so let's see if I can take us to the next one. Okay.
February 12th, I think, and I've got...
Okay, so this next one is Warren Sports Complex. This is the one in Frisco. This is a very tough place to fish because it's a lot larger pond, or it's more like a lake, and you kind of gotta go in some certain areas, especially near the dam face. But what was different this year is I did see some folks catching some trout in the more shallower end, but more consistently I saw a lot of limits being taken from the dam face itself, specifically near that concrete section that kind of splits the dam in half. Let's go ahead and run that video.
Echo Ion fly rod or fly reel with that OPST scatter head, along with the bait finesse style fishing gear, and we're gonna just play it by ear, see how the bite is today. It's about 32 degrees this morning and it's kind of chilly. Hopefully we'll see maybe a fish or two out here today. Good amount of people. Cool. All right. Don't see much water movement. I do see something in the middle, and I remember right along this dam faces where they were kind of hanging out, but things change each year. Kind of looking at things, it looks kind of slow right now, but it looks like a lot of folks are here, so someone's going to get something. Some activity here over here by a little concrete deal. I think there's a little water flow here, so that might help. I'm going to start out with this bait finesse style with a gold super duper. The cork strike indicator, that olive near deer. I'm going to use the same setup I used at Harry Myers. Did try the little bait finesse style with a gold super duper and didn't get any hits, but we do see some activity. Folks are catching stuff, so we know the fish are here. We just got to get one on the line. I haven't caught anything yet, but I'm going to try an inline spinner now and see what happens. Looks like a boa fly rig with, looks like mice tail, maybe some power worms mixed in there. I'm Glenn at COEF.
Okay, and here's where I'm kicking off the Out and About fishing series, where we take the ATEM HDMI switcher, and we go out and about. That's what I'm using right now to kind of switch between videos and scenes and whatnot right now. Made it a mobile capability so I can just take this out there and get some good video, hopefully. as well as some just more timely updates on a particular area that I'm fishing. So most recently, Town Lake in Frisco is the one that I posted, and hopefully in the next few I'll be able to get some more good video out there, some recent updates and whatnot. So let me shift this over. Let me see if I can find the next one. Okay. Oh, okay. This next one is kind of shifting over because soon after TRWD Fly Fest, that's going to be here in March, on the banks of the Trinity River by the headquarters, Acme Brick Company headquarters. It's going to be a great fly fishing event that has, I think, started back in 2016, I think now. And it's a fun one. You can watch the big trout contest where they're fly fishing for and see some nice size trout being caught. But typically, once TRW Fly Fest is over, I'll shift over to warm weather fishing. So more pond fishing, more bluegills on their beds, bass on their beds initially, and then I'll shift over as it gets warmer to fish in the local lake, Lake Lavon, Lake Texoma in particular, and going kayak fishing. And I have a John boat as well, where I got this little kicker Suzuki 2.5 horsepower, but I typically like using the kayak mainly because I can load it in under, well, just a little over 3 minutes. And this next video is just yours truly just showing you, hey, it's possible to load a kayak in under 4 minutes. It's more like 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. I've got everything pre-staged, and the key here is the easier it is to load up your kayak or boat, the more likely you're going to use it. And what I wanted to show here was just, guess what? You can load a kayak fairly quickly. And let's just run the video. And one thing to note is I can carry this one-handed over my right shoulder. There it is, 3 minutes 2 seconds. And then soon after that, hey, you might as well go do some fishing. So here's yours truly going back out with that kayak, doing some kayak trolling. And one of the key things I do like about this kayak is it does have some rod holders behind it, as you can see here, but I also started using, it's called the Rail Blazer rod holder, where I actually set it in the front or the bow of the kayak, and I fish it from there. Okay, I think that was the foam grasshopper one again. Let me see if I can shift this over.
Okay, here's a good example of we got the
okay, I think that's everything.
Okay, he's trying a new place, Harry Myers Park. February 12th, I think. And
yeah, that's everything. Okay. All right. So, hey, that's all for now. I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on how things are going. And, well, today's Sunday, but hey, I can have a little brewski before the day or the weekend's over because, hey, I get tomorrow off also, President's Day. And that said, there's a lot of folks out there on the Blue River up at Oklahoma, about 45 minutes or hour and a half, hour 45 minutes north of us here. And there's the Blue River Trout Derby that's happening. Check them out on Facebook or look online. You can definitely see some nice size fish being caught. And that's a favorite of ours, especially since it's just an easy day trip for us here in the city of Allen. All right, all for now, and thanks for stopping by. Next time we'll catch y'all later. Good luck and good fishing at COAF Field Team on YouTube.